Sport Fishing on the Fly is brought to you by Togen's Fly Shop, Maui Jim Sunglasses, and Hardy Rods and Reels.
Well, hello everyone, my name is Rick Passek, the Fly Fishing Fanatic, and welcome to another episode of On the Bench with Sport Fishing on the Fly. Today we'll be tying up a little Chironomid pattern, buzzer pattern. This is actually going to be tied on a larger size. I tie these anywhere from a size 8 all the way down to a size 16, 10, 12 being the most popular. But this 8 is just going to be easier for you guys to see on video. So let's get her going. It's using some different materials. Well, the one material that a lot of people wouldn't use, but like I said, this is a Chromie pattern, and it's been a real success for me. So this is like the, I don't know, 12th or 15th or 25,000th variation of this fly, but it's all good. So this is in the vise, Hends BL 550 in a size 8. For the thread and underbody, I'll be using Semperfli Nano Silk in white, 12/0. For the one rib, Semperfli Hollow Tinsel, Mirror Tinsel, sorry, in red. For the other rib, second rib, it's going to be black stretch floss, right? For the body itself, it's going to be the pearl Scud back from Hends. This is it here, and that'll be the body. And then for the legs, thorax area, the number 1 from Hends Peacock dubbing, the number 1 peacock color. Okay, let's get her going. So I just start my thread right behind the bead there, just in semi-open turns. Just come on back, build up just a bit of an area for the material to sit on. Give it a little bit of wax, again, just to help things sit properly. Open turns, come back. And I'm going to go with my red hollow tinsel. Sorry, mirror tinsel. Put that on my side. And just bring that all the way back. And I'm going to go down around the corner all the way down. About there. And again, open wraps, back, black stretch floss, just get that, catch that in, pull that back a bit, then stretch it really well, nice and thin, so it doesn't thicken up your body. Come all the way down to where you tied that, stop tying in that red mirror tinsel, and again all the way forward. Now I'll take a piece of my Hens Scud back here. Like I said, this is kind of that's number 10, I think, number one. It's kind of a pearlized white. I really like this stuff. It's worked really well for me. It comes in a myriad of colors. I'll show you guys some more colors in a bit here. Just going to pull that back just so it's not, there we go. And then just lash this down all the way back. All the way down around that corner to where those ribs stopped. Okay, and again all the way forward. Now what I like doing here is flattening my thread, because what I want to do here is I just want to make sure that my entire underbody is covered with this white thread. It's kind of a pearlized white. It's not, but because it's nano silk, it's got that pearl kind of color to it. Again, just flatten it out. that forward. Okay, now I'm going to take my, get this mirror tinsel out of my way. Oh, sorry, just bumped the camera. So now I take my Scud back, and I'm going to stretch it as much as I can. This stuff doesn't stretch much, but I just want to get it nice and tight, just so I don't get a bit of too bulbous of a butt. And then just in touching wraps, slightly overlapped is okay. And if you want, you could overlap more up front here to give it a bit of a taper. But other than that, you don't want to. And then I'm not too concerned about this front end, because there's going to be the dubbing up here, right? So if it's not right to the bead, it's not a huge deal. So 5 or 6 in front, on top, 5 or 6 in front. Nip that off. Fighting this stretch floss because I left it a little on the long side. So I just want to make sure that's secured down nice. So now the black stretch floss, nicely stretched at the back end, and then I'm just going to loosen it off just a little. A nice even rib. Come right to the front. Again, it doesn't matter if this is going to get covered anyway, but really want to make sure that this is tied down, because I'm going to stretch this a lot now when I cut. And I'll suck back in under that bead. There you go. And now I just follow. Actually, what I like doing here is, because I do have a tendency of bumping, just put a couple of half hitches or whip finishes in. Now I will just follow the leading edge of that black rib. Tie that down. Nip that off. Again, just a quick little half hitch whip finish. And then I will take my whatever kind of UV resin you like. In this case, it's going to be the Gulf Thin Mint. And I'm just going to give this a coating. I like doing this before I put my hurl on. Quite often what I'll do is I'll tie a bunch of them up to the stage, and then I'll do a bunch of UV. So it looks gross right now. It won't be in a minute. I don't want a ton of UV resin on this. I don't want a huge, thick, fat, bulbous body. So if I find that it's too much, I'll just pull it off. That's about right. Hit it with your UV light. Now, if you don't like using UV, you can do this, like I said, just tie these up to this stage and then coat them with your Sally Hansen's head cement, whatever you like, and then let it dry, do another coat, let it dry, and then come back to putting on the dubbing. So, some of that number one, that greeny blue peacock peacock dubbing, it's not going to take a lot here. This might actually be too much. Let's just pull that off there. Let's see where we are. That's about it. That's all I want. Don't want any more than that. It's just a little bit, just to give that hint of legs. Okay. Whip finish. A little bit of Sally Hansen's right on the thread. Whip finish. And your fly is complete. Now, I'll show you a few other variations, just color-wise. So there's the, like I said, this is the what I would consider the Chromie, right? So, but this stuff comes in chartreuse, pinky red. This green is really cool. It's a lighter, kind of a yellowy orange, a slightly darker pinky red. This is one of my favorite right here, is this black green. It's like a really dark green, like really dark with like black tones in it. And let me just see if I can tied a bunch up here a few days ago. So here's one with, pull this out. There's one with the green. So this is with the yellowy green underbody with black thread, so it doesn't pop as much. If I would have went with like a chartreuse, it would have really popped. This is one of my favorite here. Like I said, this is that black, that really dark black, but it's with a black rib. So the rib is really not like out there, right? But this one works really, really well. And then, yeah, there's just some other ones in here that, here's another one with that pinky underbody, right? So, but yeah, experiment with it. There's a ton of different color schemes to this Scud back. And it works really, really well. So, alrighty. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and thanks for watching another episode of On the Bench with Sport Fishing on the Fly.